Santosh Mudar, Department of Physics, Sri S.G. Balekundri Institute of Technology, Belagavi. Today I would like to take you to the new experiment, the spring constant in series combination as well as a parallel combination. The main aim of this experiment to determine the spring constant of the springs. Now first we shall consider two springs. So spring S1 and this spring S2. Here for each spring we are going to determine the spring constant. Then what is spring constant? So that is when the weight is suspended to one end of the spring. So we find the restoring force is set up inside the spring in the opposite direction, and there we find the displacement in the opposite direction, downward direction. So that how much force is set up there in the spring per unit displacement, so that gives the spring constant of this spring. So that spring constant mainly explains or gives us that how much the spring is hard or how much the spring is soft. That depends upon the value of a spring constant. Now let us say we will consider one spring S1 here, that is what it is suspended already in the stand, and the apparatus required for this experiment are the slotted weights and a weight hanger and then a scale and the stand. Two springs, right? Now we shall consider the first spring S1, and for I am going to put the 50 gram weight in terms of a weight hanger only. So this weight hanger also measures 50 gram, so that is in terms of 0.05 kg. Now how much is the displacement is produced in the spring when this the 50 gram weight hanger is put there? So that can be measured on the scale. So now it is measuring the 13.5 centimeter. So that can be entered in the tabular column provided for spring 1. That is, so the tabular column consists of the mass suspended. As you go on increasing the mass, that should be already entered here, and the displacement produced in the spring when each mass is suspended there. And so here that 13.5 reading you can write here. Similarly, the next step is to have to increase the weight. To increase the weight, put the second slot of the weight of 50 gram. Now you can measure the displacement again. You can measure displacement again there. So that is how much is the reading. That is now it is showing the 17 centimeter displacement. So that 17 centimeter for the 100 gram weight. The total weight is now 100 gram. The displacement is 17 centimeter. Now, so for these two readings, I am making the calculations there, and the same thing is repeated for other slotted weights. Now for this one, so for these two weights, the net displacement or total displacement corresponding to 50 gram is taken as this 17 minus 13.5. That is 17 minus 13.5 is nothing but the 4.5. That reading should be written in the second row as 4.5 centimeter it is. Similarly, so when you just continue putting the weight, the third weight I am putting here. So here, now again you can note down the third reading. That is now the displacement is of 20.5. That is entered for 0.15 kg, that is 150 gram. That is the reading is 20.5 centimeter. Now similarly, for the displacement corresponding to 50 gram, now we have to subtract this 20.5 17 from this 20.5 centimeter. The displacement produced here for 50 gram is, that is a 3.5 centimeter. 3.5 centimeter. Similarly, you have to continue the same for all the 300 gram of weight, and later you have to take the mean of this one. The mean of these values should be taken, and that should be entered here as x1, and that value, and again the average of this one is taken, that value is taken as x1. So that x1 is substituted in the formula, k1 is equal to f1 by x1. So where f1 is equal to m into g, where m is a mass, that is 50 gram only, m is equal to 50 gram, that is in terms of kg 0.05 kg. G is acceleration due to gravity, g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square, and x1 is from this average. This is x1, that value is substituted here, and k1 is calculated. Whatever the value comes here, that is in terms of Newton per meter. So here the same procedure is repeated for another spring. Same procedure is repeated for another spring S2. So that is for to determine the K2 value. So spring constant for second spring. Now, so this is what the two spring constants can be calculated in this manner, and those readings are entered in the different tabular columns. Right. So now we have calculated the K1 and K2 separately. Then we shall move on to the calculating the spring constant for series combination. Now take this spring and connect those two springs in series. So end-to-end connection. End-to-end connection. So this is a series combination. Now again procedure is same as I shown you before. Again you start putting the weight from 50 gram only. So this is a weight hanger which is having a 50 gram weight. Series combination. Now for 50 gram weight, that weight there. So what is the displacement? So that will be noted down. So the displacement is around so it is 21 centimeter. So that 21 centimeter is written here in the tabular column of series combination. So that as a 21 centimeter. Okay. Similarly, now you can continue the experiment for 300 slotted weights there. Go on putting the weights here up to 300 grams, and corresponding displacements you can note down here, and later you have to calculate the displacement corresponding to 50 gram. That is so the displacement for 100 gram minus the displacement for 50 gram, that will be entered here for this displacement corresponding to 50 gram. Similarly, when you go on doing this one, so take out all these values and take the average of those values, and that value should be entered here, which is nothing but XS, the average of all the displacements for 50 gram. So that value of XS is taken here to the formula, and the Ks will be calculated. So Ks is equal to Fs divided by Xs, where Fs is the force, restoring force, and that is equal to M into G. Again here M is the 50 gram common weight, and G is 9.8 meter per second square. So where Xs is from this value. So this gives us the spring constant for a series combination. Similarly, the same procedure is repeated for the parallel combination of springs. So how the parallel combination of springs is set up here. So this is series combination, and now we shall see the parallel combination. So for parallel combination, you can pause one. So the parallel combination is set up like this. Now this is provided for putting the slotted weights. Now put the weight hanger for parallel combination. Okay, and here note down the value of a displacement in the combination. So it represents whatever the displacement is taking place, that is representing the displacement in the combination, right? So that is now here it is around 13 centimeter for the parallel combination for 50 gram weight, 13 centimeter, right? Now we shall put one more weight, slotted weight, to make it 100 gram. Again the displacement for the entire combination is noted down. So that is around 13.5 centimeter. Now, so the displacement for 50 gram is 13 centimeter. Displacement for 100 gram is the 13.5 centimeter. Now the displacement corresponding to 50 gram slotted weight is taken as a difference between these two values. So that is 13.5 minus 13, that is 0.5 centimeter. Similarly, you have to continue taking the values of noting down the values of displacement for 300 up to 300 grams, and the average of this one is taken and that is entered, and whatever we get the average, that becomes the XP. So that is a displacement corresponding to 50 gram for a parallel combination. Now the same value of XP is taken to this formula as the Kp is equal to Fp by Xp, where Fp is M into G divided by Xp. M is the mass again, and G is the acceleration due to gravity. So substituting these values, so and this Xp value will get the value of Kp, that is spring constant for a parallel combination. Now, so after finding the value of Kp, Ks, that is a spring constant for a parallel combination, spring constant for a series combination. So, and also what we have determined here, individual spring constant for each spring. So, taking all these values, so to verify, so these two values of Ks and Kp with the theoretical values. So, for taking this K1 and K2, calculating, putting those values in the formula, Fp is equal to F1 plus F2. So, that is a, and also for series combination, taking this formula, Ks is equal to K1 into K2 divided by K1 plus K2. So, this gives us a theoretical value of a spring constant. Using this formula, so we will get a calculate that K1 is already from these individual springs. So, those two values you have to take, K1 and K2 are taken and put here to calculate the theoretical value of the spring constant. So, that value can be determined here. Right. Similarly, taking K1 and K2 again the same values which are obtained here and calculating the Kp. So, taking this formula Kp is equal to K1 plus K2, we will get a theoretical value of a spring constant. So, now you have to compare this the theoretical value of a spring constant with this practical value of a spring constant Ks. So, both must be comparable, and similarly here you have to compare this theoretical value of the spring constant for a parallel combination with the practical value of the spring constant of a parallel combination. If they match together, whatever the experiment we did is correct. And here at the end, so we have to write down the values of a spring constant in the result. The spring constant K1, that is written here, although what it is calculated, and for spring constant K2, that value is entered here in the result, and a series spring constant Ks and parallel spring constant Kp. So, this is what the values we write here, they are the practical values only. So, these values what we calculate here just for a comparison. Okay. So, this is what we get the values of the spring constants for the combination of springs in series as well as the parallel combination. So, I hope you understand. So, thank you very much.